Joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Our guest today was Gary Taubes. His book is called The Case Against Sugar. If you have more to say about sugar, leave a message for us on our answering machine. That's 1-800-565-5463. Tomorrow on the program, it didn't seem controversial. Liberal MP Iqra Khalid asked the House of Commons to pass a motion condemning Islamophobia. But that produced an outpouring of hate that forced her to lock her office and stop taking phone calls. We'll hear why Muslims want politicians to speak out and how they're tired of living in fear. Are we doing enough to prevent Islamophobia? We'll have that discussion tomorrow here on Maritime Noon. Thanks so much for listening today. I'm Norma Lee McLeod. Have a great...
I don't think I'll be listening to that show. I never really... Maritime Noon, I remember when the police raided this place and Maritime Noon contacted me, but I don't know if it was because of my accent or my speech impairment. They never did a story on what happened and, you know, to be accused to be a pedophile and all that. But anyway, so Maritime Noon... A couple of days ago, we're talking about, they were talking about bicycle helmets. Maybe the government of Nova Scotia is going to use some common sense approach and finally allow the people to exercise. So I left a message on answering machine in Maritime Noon. So yesterday they said wait to the show, yesterday's show, then today's show. So anyway, I guess they don't. If you call Maritime Noon, they're not going to read your comments, but that's okay. Maybe they're worse than bloggers. My point was this. I rode a bicycle across Canada, across the States, around the Maritimes in the 70s. I never wore a helmet. In 1995, I fought very hard, very hard against Frank McKenna, that passed as a law. I said, my God, what's going to be next? Elbow pad? What's going to be next? Knee pads? You don't have to wear a goalie equipment to ride a bicycle. Then I said, he just said, everybody has to wear a bicycle helmet. We know there's some paid lobbyists. They must have worked very hard behind the scene. I said maybe 16 years or less. Maybe. But anyway, New Brunswick says 1995, everybody has to wear a helmet. Everybody. It never crossed my mind in 1995 that the police would use that avenue, especially the Fredericton Police Force, to go after certain cultures, Indians, Waffenbach. But, you know, it's funny, last summer you seen Syrians on the handlebar. One on the handlebar, one driving, and going, la, 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 la. No helmets, no nothing. And the police, language barrier. But I still say somebody's going to get shot one of these days, especially what happened in Batters. But anyway, so here in New Brunswick, we have what you call the Rat Patrol. The Park Patrol are going, little kids, are going after people that's obese, less fortunate, Indians on the trails. They hunt them down. They think they're cops. And people are avoiding the trail when the Rat Patrol is there. They go on the streets because there's no common sense. We have a mayor that's close to a racist, but he's an elitist. And him and his wife, Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI. Anyway, we'll get rid of him in 3 years. He said he was going to do something, but he didn't. So the people are forced to go on the sidewalk, and they're going to have the Elaine law. You have to go a meter by the bicycle if he rides on the street. We got no cops here. I mean, the cops are steroid gorillas. They go around and make up crimes. They'll say, oh, there's a visible minority driving by a bicycle. Because they're idiots. There's no communication for cyclists. In Quebec, 18 years and younger, you got to wear a helmet, or 16 years and younger. Those moody Quebecois know that exercising is good to fight healthcare costs. So they let, be free, allez de conduire votre bicyclette, la liberté, faisez de l'exercice. But not here in New Brunswick. Well, we're wondering how come New Brunswick has the most obese people in the whole country. Because we're not allowed to exercise. That's the problem. So, obese, because we have idiots as government that just say, no. Oh, no, you can't ride a bicycle on the trail 5 miles an hour. You might hurt your head. Bullshit.